Thanks for coming in here today, Travis. What seems to be your problem?
I'm not quite sure where to start. I've got a compulsion relating to insects, and that started when I was very young, and mainly putting them in my mouth, putting insects in my mouth, and it didn't matter what kind. It could have been worms, ants, millipedes, centipedes, anything with legs that crawled on the ground. And it's caused trouble for me, and it's ruined relationships.
Sure. Yes, so why don't you start by telling me how your most recent relationship ended?
Well, we were at a movie, and she had her hand in mine. We'd just gotten a couple sodas, and I saw a cockroach scurry across the floor. So I reached down. It was just natural to me. She didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew because I've been doing this all my life. I love it. I picked this large cockroach up and started crunching it in my mouth like it was just like a chocolate candy, and I like it. She saw that. She was appalled. She stormed out of the theater. I stayed there and finished the movie because I saw more roaches coming along. So I don't know how to reconcile this problem and how to have meaningful relationships when they won't allow me to eat the foods that I like.
I see. So, what is it about cockroaches that is so appealing to you exactly?
Well, it's not necessarily cockroaches, but yeah, cockroaches have these beautiful legs. I like the way they move. I like the way they scurry, like when they're in a hurry to get somewhere. I like the feeling of crunching them in my teeth. I like the protein sources that they provide. I just feel like they're God's gift.
Sure.
And nobody understands. Nobody can deal with this problem. And I'm coming to you because I've been told that you deal with situations that no one else can.
So you feel you're being rejected by those close to you for your compelling need to ingest insects.
I'm being rejected. I'm being discriminated against by women. Friends. I've lost friends. I was fired from a job once because they saw me taking millipedes into the back room and putting them on a sandwich at the coffee shop where I worked. I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but everybody else does.
You don't see any problem with it at all?
No. I mean, they're there on the earth. I mean, you eat hamburgers. I pick up centipedes and just lick them. They're delectable.
I remember meeting a fellow when I was in Brazil who had the same point of logic, and I do think that you have a very compelling argument. I think it's really more of a social standard than it is something that is morally wrong, and I think that I could be on your side. I can see where you're coming from. However, if this is causing a rift to relationships, don't you think that it might be the moral thing to do to maybe tone it back or
So
ease
starve
people into
myself.
it?
You want me to
No.
starve myself?
That's not what I'm saying at all. There are plenty other food sources to
That's
choose
like-
from.
That's like telling somebody that they can't have strawberry cheesecake.
No,
It's
I'm
their
not saying.
favorite food. Their favorite food.
I'm-
Their favorite food.
Yes, I'm not saying you can't have it. I'm just saying maybe you would want to consider easing people into your habits. Are you seeing what I'm saying?
So, like, get a tattoo that has bugs on my arms, possibly so they know that I'm so pro insect
Well,
ingestion.
let's take it back to the story you told me when we first started. So you said this woman didn't know what you were about to do when you picked up the cockroach.
That's right. She had no clue. She had pure astonishment. She turned white.
So what do you think in that situation you could have done to avoid her disgust?
Maybe put on my online dating profile that I like to eat insects. I don't know.
Well, I would suggest perhaps letting her know in a conversation, in a casual way, easing her into it.
Oh, so like, Nadia, we've been together for a bit, and I really like you. I want you to know that I eat bugs. Will this make a difference to you? There's no way to do it. There's just not a way to break it to them. Would you do me a favor and possibly consider contacting some of these women that I have problems with and letting them know just how important this is to me and how much love I have to give in my heart if they would just accept this?
Well, I'll tell you what, I can't contact them directly, but if you were to bring one of them with you to see me, I would be glad to speak with them. If they're willing.
Is it okay if I tell them that I'm bringing them out for dinner? Would you prepare possibly a steak for her and some bugs for me? Maybe a little platter of each, and then when we make the grand unveiling, she sees all the bugs on my plate, and then you say, this is why we've asked you here.
Have you considered medication?
I've tried to take medication before, but I have an allergic reaction, and it makes the bugs taste horrible, which is my bread and butter. It's like I need to taste these things, and if the medication makes them taste horrible, then I starve to death.
So,
do you want me to starve to death, doctor?
Are you telling me you eat bugs exclusively?
That's all I eat.
How long has this been going on?
Since about 2-3 years old.
When it first began, do you remember any combativeness to this behavior from your mother or perhaps your siblings? Do you have brothers and sisters, Travis?
I'm an only child. I was once placed in a casket and put in the backyard for 2 hours by my mother. And I think that's where this stems from, is that there were lots of tasty insects crawling nearby, and I got hungry. And what do you do when you're hungry? You eat things. You eat moving things with lots of legs and little brittle, crunchy wings and antlers and antennae.
Now, Travis, I think what's going on here is eating insects has become your coping mechanism. When was the last time that you tried a different form of nutrition?
I had some water for breakfast.
Okay. Anything else?
Not that I can think of. A June bug. Oh, that's a bug. Never mind.
Yes, that's a bug.
Asian beetle salad. I guess if you count the salad part of it.
Would you be willing to try different forms of nutrition?
No.
No. So...
You're just trying to change me. And if that's the case, I'm going to have to fire you, because I want a doctor that'll accept me. I'm going to have to request a different doctor.
Well...
You've worn out your welcome in
Travis,
my world.
Travis.
I'd like to ask you to leave.
Listen.
I know this is your office, but I'd like to ask you to leave.
Listen, Travis. You came to me. I am a therapist.
Well, I have to fire you now because you violated the rules and you've asked me to stop eating something that I love dearly.
I didn't ask you to stop. I asked you if you would consider trying a different form of nutrition.
I am now considering firing you for your unruly behavior.
I
Ma'am, good day.
now, Travis,
Good day. I said good day.